Yeah, this is another one. We have REL's website. Okay, now I do not know REL is a company or REL is a brand or REL is what? Is it an entity? Is it a licensee? Is it an existing licensee? Was it an old licensee at all? Because if the license never belonged to BSES, how could it belong to the REL in the first place? REL says it has forayed as equity investor into infrastructure business, etc., etc. And here it says Reliance Energy Companies distribute electricity, right? What is meant by Reliance Energy Companies? As per Reliance Infra, Reliance Energy is a brand name. That's what we have been told on our bills, and that's what came to me as a clarification. One of the few questions that they actually answered very happily was on this issue. They said Reliance Energy is the brand name and Reliance Infrastructure Limited is the company name. I want to understand what is meant by Reliance Energy Companies on their website. Because if Reliance Energy is a brand name, in Delhi their name is BSES. Yet the website says Reliance Energy Companies distributes electricity, etc., including Mumbai and Delhi. So now I'm really confused. Is Reliance Energy the company, the brand, the licensee, or what? Now we go to Reliance Infrastructure website. Okay? It has pretty much the same text. I guess the same guys did it. Now we have a question which comes up which says Reliance Infrastructure's registered office is the same Reliance Energy Center at Santa Cruz East, where we send all our stuff. Yet Reliance Infrastructure claims in one of the other answers to me, none of the licensed assets are used for other business. Now, when the office building itself is the same, how can we be sure that our tariff is not paying for even the other investments? Maybe the road, urban infrastructure, specialty. Hey, who knows? The Mumbai electricity tariff is paying for the Mumbai Metro 1 project, for all we know. Because they are not submitting separate accounts, which is required by the Electricity Act, we will never figure out where the money is coming from and where it's going. Now, here's the classic one. Let's come to your own website. You've got a list of utilities licensees. Reliance Energy Limited. Now, what is this? You're listing REL and list of utilities and licensees. Now, our infra claims Reliance Energy is the brand name. So, MERC gave licensee status to the brand name. Now, can MERC clarify which ones are utilities and which ones are licensees? Is there a difference? So, maybe some of these guys don't have a license? Is that what you are trying to tell us? If yes, could you please identify which ones have a license and which ones don't? I have seen the other Electricity Regulatory Commission websites. They prominently display the license over there, just so that there is no ambiguity. But you on your own website have listed a defunct company over here, and here you are saying under utilities and licenses. So why is all this cloak and dagger going on? Why can't you be transparent about what's happening and what's not happening? And if your own licensee, whom you are supposed to authorize and regulate, is not being transparent, please penalize him and make him be transparent. So, a recap of just the facts. Yes, the license is lost. Okay, so therefore I guess we can't assign it, we can't do anything. Unlike any other license where it is lost, you can apply for a duplicate. I do not know what's the procedure in the Electricity Act. If somebody has lost a license, can they apply for a duplicate? Maybe we need to file an RTI to find out whether somebody has applied for a duplicate license or not. In any case, as per RTI, the license never belonged to BSES Limited. So now how could it belong to REL? And taking the same logic further, how will it belong to infra? So electricity license must be assigned on transfer as per Electricity Act. For assignment, prior written permission must be taken. I don't see any prior permission being taken. The permission was, the name was changed from Reliance Energy Limited to Reliance Infrastructure Limited on 24th of April 2008. Commission was informed on 30th of April. I don't think they gave you any prior information or prior permission for doing all of that. It's very clear the Electricity Act does supersede the Companies Act. So irrespective of what documentation they present in front of you, that they have taken SEBI approval and they have filed a registrar and with the registrar of companies and taken a fresh incorporation certificate, you are not concerned with that. You are a public authority created a statute under the Electricity Act, and that's all that you need to worry about, and that's all you need to defend. License business must be taken over as a whole and not piecemeal. Oh yes, electricity companies must take permission for doing other business. Those other business profits must subsidize electricity. REL has been doing other business, which is very, very clear from their own admission on their websites, in their annual reports. MERC rules, mere name change does not require a fresh license. BSES to REL and REL to R-Infra were much more than name changes. Until June 2008, in any case, R-Infra was not a licensee as per MERC itself. But these are just the facts. I'm just reiterating all of this. In August 2008, MERC issued regulations stating that it was treating REL as licensee under proviso to Section 16, and it recognizes the name change to R-Infra. R-Infra tells its consumers that Reliance Energy is a brand name while infrastructure is a company name. MERC is still listing REL in its list of utilities R Infra has got one registered office building for electricity and other business, yet claims that licensed assets are not being used for other business. And I have some more questions. But the question is anybody answerable for all of this? Since REL itself is publicly admitting that they've been doing other businesses for the past 2.5 years, does MERC now still feel that BSES Limited to Reliance Energy Limited was a mere change of name? Can a public hearing for issue of license under Section 16 be held in the name of REL and subsequently license be issued and be valid for R Infra? Did MERC take any legal opinion on this matter? Since R Infra claims that Reliance Energy is their brand name, did it grant licensee status to a brand name? As an issue which was raised earlier by Prayas, can a long-term PPA be signed for 5 to 10 years as the Commission is insisting that R Infra do? When the present license now, whoever it belongs to, is going to expire on, I think it should be 14, because 15 was the date it was granted. So it should be 14th of August 2001. Now in 2 years this license will expire, and what's the big idea of signing a 5-year or 10-year agreement? Okay, can MERC interpret the Electricity Act to infer that submission of separate accounts is the same as reconciling accounting figures? What the Electricity Act and your own tariff regulations state that the licensee must submit separate accounts for the licensed business and for other businesses, or may not be for other businesses, but at least for licensed business. What Reliance has done in the petition, it has submitted you a whole lot of documentation and it has reconciled those numbers with the numbers which are appearing in its balance sheet. But that is not what the Act says, and I don't think you should accept that. You must accept nothing short of complete, separate, independent accounts for the licensed area, and that's it. Nothing more and nothing less. And as I said, why haven't the consumer representatives raised any of these issues during the validation sessions? And MERC is, conducting this public hearing when we really don't know what to comment on. This is a wasteful exercise as far as I'm concerned. Then I got here to stand and speak for about 15 minutes. But the issue is, this is a wasteful exercise because we really don't have enough information as far as the consumers are concerned. Maybe the Commission does, and maybe the consumer representatives do. But we don't have enough of information to actually comment on this sensibly and come forward with any suggestions. Because it's too complicated and they've never given us any data. And when you give us the opportunity to ask them for information, when we do ask them, you saw the kind of answer that I got. There is no data which is being provided. There seems to be a perception.